streamer tortured friend for clips. Let's see what we talking about right now.
Trust y'all, fuck no, it ain't shit to discuss.
This video for Nobly. Damn, they shoot that nigga. Ooh, ooh. Hey, if you ever been shot with a paintball gun, you know that shit sting like a fuck. That look like an old man. He ain't got no meat on his bones. That means he was feeling every last bit of that shit.
Streamer named Gene was recently hospitalized in critical condition after enduring a bunch of torture / humiliation on stream for a 10-day straight stream, where his so-called friends would sit here and not only mess with him 24/7, making verbal jokes that were basically borderline harassment, along with physical violence onto him that would cause harm, like punching him, to paintball guns, to many other things, leading him to be in the hospital after enduring it.
Bro, why would you do that shit to this old ass man, bro? This nigga like a skeleton with skin. And you go to torture this nigga, you knew it was gonna be something.
But I want to deep dive into this.
I wouldn't even expect him to survive no shit like that.
It seems as Kick, the platform where this happened, even was promote.
Kick, of course. No offense. But like, alright, you can get away with fucking M over that bitch.
Some of this stuff, posting the clips as if this is something to showcase for their platform. But I'm gonna go a little ahead of myself, so why don't we start from the very beginning with who all these people are and how do we get here in the first place.
The fuck? Man, hell no, bro. We'd have got the hit and right then.
This will be a more...
I'd have left. But you're not gonna have the opportunity to do no more shit to me.
His video and definitely will show a lot of things that are not for
if I came back, it'd have been with something.
I want to make y'all very aware, and obviously for YouTube purposes, everything I'm showing you is completely fake. There is no reason for alarm. All of this stuff is performed by trained professionals. There is no reason to age restrict my video. But the streamer we're talking about today is a French streamer named Jean Pavano. Hopefully I said that right. And he had live streams where he was consistently the butt of the joke. No matter if it was verbal conversation or physical conversation, his so-called friends around him would do all types of heinous acts, basically torturing him be their entertainment for the live stream. And you're probably wondering why anyone would go through this and allow this to happen to them. Well, the story of John is actually very, very sad. JP, who I'll call John for the rest of this video, was actually streaming alone at his mother's house at the ripe old age of 40 years old. Unfortunately for him though, it was just him and his mother, and they were living off of welfare, and they didn't have a stable income at all. He was barely managing income while streaming, but he was getting well known for constantly raging on the game, and eventually was getting more traction when he started playing the game with another streamer named TK78.
Moi je suis de ton côté, JP.
Mais regarde comment il joue, gros.
Aïe aïe aïe.
Mais regarde comment il joue. Mais putain, nique ta mère. Fais les couilles. Ah, c'est bon, j'arrête tout, j'arrête. C'est bon, Fortnite, je vais te désinstaller, va niquer sa rate de mort, gros. Allez, c'est bon.
While John might still be getting humiliated by playing the game because he's not that good at it and using his rage for content, this was still humiliation on certain constraints. Still very weird to go out of your way and do this, but at the same time, he was living in his own house and had the freedom to do whatever he wanted. Unfortunately, another streamer named Owen would convince him to join him in IRL streaming with a couple of his friends, and that's when a bunch of the actual physical things started happening, and it only gradually got worse the more and more they streamed.
Oh, damn. Bro, they got paint in this nigga eyes? Nah, bro, they abusing that nigga, bro. That's not playful, bro. That's taking advantage of somebody. That's physical abuse.
If we're being honest with ourselves, this is not content at all. Blatantly going out of your way to mess with somebody, hurt somebody, harm them is not considered content. And
Them folk lucky that man ain't shoot their ass.
All of these clips thinking it was something funny, it should not have been. And all these people around him that say that they're his so-called friends is completely disgusting and deplorable behavior, because no friend would do anything like this to somebody they genuinely care about. You can see that they just saw him as a way to gain money, and since these clips of him doing these crazy things and people exploiting him in this way were going viral, they were making a bunch of money from it. A lot of people may be sitting here seeing all this stuff wondering why he didn't just get up and leave. Well, it's actually several factors, and obviously money was one of them. As I already stated, he didn't come from a place where he could just go back and have a type of income that was livable. This gave him a chance to actually live with a high status and make some money, along with the fact that before all of this he had a
that's not no way to live, bro. You getting your ass beat for fun. Niggas beating the shit out you for fun. In what world is that a way to live?
life of constant loneliness. Obviously, these people around him were constantly telling him they were his friends, in this way manipulating him to believe that they were the only people that truly cared about him, and if that he left them, he would truly be alone forever. No matter what they said though, at a certain point someone's going to break, and you could see certain moments where JP started to lose his mind because of the pressure he was under and the constant humiliation along with manipulation that they had put onto him.
Oh. Non, là il a... Wesh.
Hell yeah, that's what you get, nigga.
Voilà. Allez, mais vas-y, sois un homme.
His mental health, already bad, would gradually get worse.
Bro, what did he just do? Did he hit him, kick him, or did he use... I know that machete was fake, bro. It had to be fake. Was it fake? Nah, he wasn't leaking.
Physical health, making it easier for him to be manipulated by these so-called friends. I don't see how anybody who actually cares about this man can see these things happening and call themselves a friend to not help, along with the fact that they are live streaming it and people are clipping this up thinking that this is funny for entertainment. I genuinely don't know how you can look at any of these clips, see any of the things that they have done to him, and laugh in any way. This is just very concerning stuff that somebody should have been handled. And the people that are sitting here doing this, thinking that this is what entertainment looks like, or thinking that this is what funny jokes are, genuinely need some sort of punishment. But above all else, it's the platform that allowed this, that being Kick. It makes it a lot worse once you see that they were actually promoting these things, thinking that this would be a good way to drive them to the French side of Kick.
And Kick was actively promoting this behavior. They were constantly posting these guys. In fact, they used this guy's harassment to plug their fucking merch line.
Oh, so this shit is... These folks is French. Yeah, because if this shit was in America, them folk would have got swatted in a heartbeat, nigga.
Anyone who continues to use that platform is actively allowing for stuff like this to keep happening. Because Kick's never going to change their terms of service. It's the only reason why they're allowed to stay afloat as a company.
Kick as a platform definitely does need to be held responsible, because I don't know any other platform I can go to and expect things like this. It's normally a Kick streamer, especially when you see the recent antics that a lot of people have been going on. People have been associating it with Kick streamers because that's just what it normally is. People like Johnny Somali, people like Jack Doherty, all of them being Kick streamers and doing the most heinous actions. And now we have people like this who feel it's acceptable to go on the platform Kick and do heinous acts like this and not receive a ban, not receive anything happen. You can blatantly have somebody be tortured on stream and they are going to use it as promotion to sell merch and to post funny clips. That is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. I don't think any creators on Kick would be acceptable with this type of behavior. That's just what happens when you promote a platform like this with no rules and you openly encourage people people to come from other platforms like Twitch and break the rules that they were once have set. It makes no real sense why people wouldn't expect this type of behavior. And not surprisingly, in the midst of this happening on his platform, Aiden Ross actually had something to say, saying this is horrible and disgusting. Whoever was a part of this deserves to face severe consequences. I just spoke with Drake. Drake and I will be covering the funeral costs. This won't bring his life back, but it's the least we can do. Prayers go out to Gene's family. Don't get me wrong, this is a nice gesture, but what would be better is improving your platform. The moderation on Kick has always been talked about, to the point where anytime there's a bad actor and people put streamer next to it, they're unlikely to think of Twitch, Rumble, even Party, which is a new service, and immediately associated with Kick. Those being the bad actors, because that's the platform where any bad actor goes to get any of their stuff off, because they know they will not be banned for any of their actions. I think this shows that this platform just needs better moderation, and overall, any streamer / content creator needs to understand the difference between content and literal torture, which shouldn't have to be said, because
that shit was torture, nigga. That's all that shit was, bro. There is no other word for that shit. That was not content, bro.
not everything is content, and this right here is just a terrible use of a power dynamic manipulation that should definitely lead to consequences. Anybody involved in this should face severe punishment, and any actions like this moving forward should definitely be punished by not only the website but also law enforcement if it is seen quick enough. I hope another story like this doesn't happen, and if you do want to learn more about this, I'm going to put a Twitter thread that links all the clips, even more clips than what I showed in this video, and goes more in depth into the story. But that's enough for me. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Damn. Well, y'all know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, tap in for the next one, man. We in this motherfucker. Hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think about this situation. Y'all think it was content, or do y'all think he was really being motherfucking tortured? Because me personally, I know what the fuck torture looked like, and that's exactly what the hell that was.
That shit do a nigga with money. That shit do a nigga with money. That shit do a nigga with money.